Hey guys, Carlos Cortez here with another episode of Scriptures in Wall Street. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Before I get started on, is your retirement interest rate ready? There's some things I wanted to disclose. Obviously, everything on this podcast is meant for information and education purposes only. I'm not giving investment advice on this podcast. If you would like investment advice, give us a call, 813-448-3446. We are licensed to give you advice, but we can't say it publicly, and we'll love to work with you. Also, if you would like some more information about who we are, you can go to cortezwm.com. You can download a free guide at americafirstretirementplan.com, and you can learn about the colors of money. Probably a good time to ask your advisor, how much of my portfolio is guaranteed? Meaning safe, locked in, protected, a safe money bucket. This is a very important approach as we go into what I'm about to talk to you today. Is your retirement interest rate ready? Because there's a lot of variables that we are seeing that you may not understand, or the Bible says that we suffer from a lack of knowledge. Well, I like being the watchtower. I like showing you charts. I like showing you concepts. And today we're going to talk about some concepts. I'm going to try to keep it short today, and just really, really powerful and just impactful. The interest rates, as you guys know, it's really not about timing the interest rate and when they're going to lower the interest rates. We know they're going to lower the interest rates hypothetically around the 15th through the 17th of this month. And typically for those of you that are wondering, a quick reminder, the Fed cuts when inflation is trending towards their target, or jobs are cooling down. And so what just came out today, the week job report, we literally have a problem here where there was not enough jobs in August, right? So I think we're short about 22,000. The market did not like that today. I'm recording this on Friday. So there's obviously rate cut rumors are flying again. But what really triggers a cut is the actual question. And so is the labor report showing negative that we did lose some jobs last month. So combine all that with a divergence in the stock market. Combine that with the uncertainty of interest rates. Banks are not as profitable. They're not getting the cash that they need because businesses cannot lend out, or banks cannot lend out to businesses so they can hire more jobs. We're seeing that right now. Things are ultra expensive. Just go to Costco or Sam's, or wherever you buy your eggs from, and it's offensive. Like, people cannot afford basic needs right now, and it's been like that for a long time, and it's getting worse. So what we're seeing right now is a shift in possible interest rates as it goes to normalcy. I always said this, if you paid attention, it is not the lowering of the interest rates. It is the unwinding of that inverted yield curve. So when we have a 2-year paying little less than a 5-year, 5-year paying less than a 10-year, and for so long, over 2 years, we had a 2-year matching the 10-year note. The 2-year was paying more than a 10-year. That's freaking crazy. So that's what we call an inverted yield curve. And 90% of the time, when that 2-year is paying higher than a 10-year, you're going to see a crap show happen. So that got unrevealed or unwind back in August of last year. So it was in the inverted status for over 2 years, guys. And now it's just this year, it got uninverted. And so now we're starting to see the ramification of the uninversion of the inverted yield curve. See, the bond market is prophetic. The bond market tells us when stuff is about to hit the fan. It is almost like the leading indicator of the economic hypothesis of what is about to happen. So when the bond market is bleeding, the credit follows, the stock market follows, and people are late to the game. They're reading their Morningstar report. They're reading the bro investors. They're going on Yahoo, Barron, CNN, Fox Business, and they're getting their ass kicked. Because by the time you read about it, you're cooked, dude. You're cooked. You've lost. So Our goal is to be in a know and to know before the mainstream media gets to it. This is why people call me up. This is why I'm very successful at my personal trading. This is why I'm a great financial advisor, because it's not that I'm smarter than the average Joe. It is simply because we are diligent about preparing for all scenarios. You see, a lot of people just focus on growth. I was talking to a client the other day, a local client, really. Their advisor never even had a conversation about Social Security. She's 60 years old. She doesn't even know what her Social Security is. She doesn't even know how to get a statement. And her current advisor is all about just growing her account. And she's actually satisfied with the growth. She likes the guy. But what is about to come at age 62, if she decides to take Social Security, by the way, the welfare program, also known as Social Security, pays on average anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million in your lifetime. So for many people, it is their number one asset. And if you don't know anything about it, then how the heck can you plan for retirement? And if you've been working for the past 20, 30 years, you got some Social Security coming to you if it's still around. Now, I know it's still going to be around because it's track, trace, and control. Oh, well, Social Security is going to run out by 2030, Carlos. Come on. Where'd you read that from? Seriously, where'd you read that from? It is not going anywhere. It's just going to be crappy. It's not going to be as much as it is now. You know why I'm confident that it's going to be there? And you're not going to like this. Is because there's so many people that have 401ks and IRAs that don't even understand what they have. They're going to tax the hell out of every American once you take your welfare. Once you get your welfare check at 62 or 64, or if you want to take it early, before your full retirement age, that you signed up. You literally signed up for a partnership with the IRS. There's no other way to put it. You signed up. If you have an IRA, 401k, you said, government, I trust you with my life. I love my little bonus and my H&R Block tax preparer. They gave me a cookie and a water bottle and a cooler, and I got a tax deduction this year. And my tax accountant said I need to maximize my SEP IRA for $55,000, and I need to catch up to my IRA for $7,000. And I always can contribute my 401k up to $25,000 so I can get a tax break. Yay. Satanic agenda is to give you relief, to give you pleasure now, to sell your soul down the road. What I mean by that is that you don't understand how long your money is going to last you, and you don't even know what the taxation is going to be when you have a 401k. And you keep on contributing to it, and next thing you know, 10, 15 years go by, your precious 10, 15 years that you can never get back. And yeah, you're building wealth inside of a government-controlled account called a 401k. Now, the new EO that Trump just wrote allows for private investments, private equity, crypto, all the plethora of red money that you have no control over, that now it's going to be institutionalized. It's going to be mandated, almost like what Biden did. Biden said that 15% of your money needs to go to ESG, the woke stuff, the gay stuff, like the gay legislation of your money. Like, he was mandating that garbage. So if you want to fund that bullshit, then be my guest. That's between you and God. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you straight up. Like, I'm not going to get involved in that. At the end of the day, my heart is aligned with Jesus Christ. I may cuss a little bit, but I love me some Jesus, man. I love me the cross. I am not perfect, but I will be direct. And I honestly can give a flip if I offend you, because I'm not here to cater to your feelings. I'm here to give you the truth, and I'm here to protect your money and freaking grow it so you can be a gangster in retirement. That's my aim. And if I get to talk about the love of Jesus and what he has done for me, that is my selfish agenda, me investing in the treasuries that will last forever, the heavenly treasuries. That is my aim. Am I a perfect husband? No. Am I a perfect father? Heck no. Am I a perfect financial advisor? Heck no. I have my faults. I'm human. I'm simply busy. I'm overworked, but I freaking love what I do. It doesn't feel like I'm working. And I always make time for my clients. I make time for my wife and kids, and I always make time for our Savior. And I highly recommend that every single morning you put him in your routine. Doesn't matter where you're at. There's no sin that he cannot forgive other than blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. And even then, I believe his heart is right. If you truly repent and return from his wicked ways, he will heal our land. He will heal you. He will heal our land. So I'm good with money. I like building wealth for clients. I love it. I get a kick out of it. I also love talking about the power of the blood of the cross and how it can literally transform you physically, mentally, spiritually. I love it. And so one of the things I'm big on is your personality. You need to know your personality. Please, I make nothing from this. I should probably call them up and be like, yo, dude, all my listeners, if they bought something from you, you owe me 5-10%. I really should. But you need to go to Gallup's, go to the link, find what your strengths are. Find what, for once in your life, let's talk about positivity. There's so much negativity in the podcast world. Our brain literally wants the negative. We seek drama, we seek it. And what it does, it actually allows Satan to bring his ideologies and comfort into our lives. And we're simply battling our thoughts. Like, what is a good thought? What is a negative thought? And it shows up in your money. It shows up in so many ways in your family. And so this is why I always preach. My father's a pastor, so I say preach. This is why I always talk about that your life, your financial life is a huge reflection of your spiritual life. Doesn't mean if you're poor, right? If you have no money, then you only have yourself to blame for that. You are responsible for your own happiness. Now, if you find happiness in having a lot of money, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not true wealth. That's materialistic wealth. That you will die and it'll mean nothing. But your soul will continue to find a home. It is your decision on what you can do today. The good news is, will you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior? That is the good news. That's the guarantee. That's the Malachi 3. That's the John 3:16 guarantee. And that if we can bring our first fruits to him, for many of you, it's 10%. For me, it's 20. For me, it's just like, I have a loose grip on my tithes. I have a loose grip on giving, because you never, ever, ever will see a poor giver. I want people to know that I am a giver. I am definitely not a taker. And I don't do it to show off. Every time I'm out with family or friends, I'm whipping out my Amex. I don't do it to flex. I just do it because I want to provide for my friends and my family. It's just my heart. Because I know when I provide, God blesses me immensely. And money comes to me in and out 7-8 different ways. And I'm not here to brag. I'm just here to be a testament. I'm here to show you spiritual and masculine confidence. Something that our era doesn't have anymore. Something that our boomers, our 50, 60 years old, get disgusted when they walk into the mall and they see a dipshit kid with crap stains hanging out the back of their ass and sagging and saying they're a man. You look like a freaking clown. That's what you look like. And so you can call me judgmental, but this generation that is coming up, is literally the wussification of our products, of us not being men and women enough to teach our children how to be a woman, how to be a man. If you have a penis, you're a man. If you have a vagina, you're a female. And God made you in his image. He didn't raise you to be a freaking wussy. He rose you to be a conqueror. And being conqueror sometimes means you're not Mr. Nice Guy. You're not the pleasing type. We are gangsters for the cross. We will do whatever we can to promote the cross. We will do whatever we can to protect our family, to protect our wealth, because God has given us the spirit of knowledge, guaranteed. He's given us this. You just have to ask. You have to get close to him. He inspires us. The word inspires us. The word brings life into our world. You don't think he gives you the financial knowledge? He will give you the blessings so much. I am living testament of it. 4 years ago today, I was resdemivired. I was dying, literally, from this flu called COVID. And whether it had snake venom or not, that thing is a freaking bioweapon. I will tell you that. And I will say this about the vaccine, and I might get kicked out of YouTube. That's all right. Maybe Mike will edit this. I don't know, but I'm speaking the truth. I was fat. I was out of shape. I was drinking beer. I told you that. I wasn't living the lifestyle that I needed. I was not vaccinated. I ran out of ivermectin. I gave all my ivermectin to my kids and my wife. My kids were fine. My wife was fine. I didn't care if I got it or not. I just wanted them to be safe. So I ran out of ivermectin. Here I am in the hospital. There was a Chinese receptionist. I already had hatred in my heart against Chinese people. I walk in, I get my own private room. That was a blessing from my doctor, Dr. Damasi. If you ever need a really cool doctor, Dr. Damasi in Oldsmar, Florida, you can look it up, Premier Clinics. He is actually a white hat in the business. Like, he does not believe in a vaccine. He still believes in balance, drugs and pharmacy, but he knows he's in it. And he will bless your health, man. He will give you the best advice. And man, does he care about people. Good person. He saved my life. God used him to save my life. I'm trying not to get emotional, but this time of the year, I get emotional because I was thrown on that bed and Dr. Steve Brown threw me on that bed. And he said, Carlos, get your affairs in order. You got a 50-50. You got a 50-50 chance, man. And at this time, there was no visitations. It was just FaceTime and Zoom calls, your family. And I'm not going to tell them that I might die because I don't want them to have fear and anxiety. All I could say is I love them so much. No matter what happens to me in the hospital, I'm proud of who they are. And, financially, I had accounts all over the place. I started putting all my passwords and usernames on my phone. And then I emailed it to myself. My wife has my email password, all the links to my logins. And I gave my heart and I repented right then and there to God. I said, God, I've been in sin. I know why I'm here. You're waking me up, or you're sending me to hell. But I love you and I'm in sin and I deserve everything you want to give me. But at the same time, I don't want to go to hell and I love you. And I know your word says, if I believe in you, I will have eternal life, no matter what my sin is. And it was at that point that I knew Jesus Christ was real. The music in my ears, the music in my ears, I was playing worship music, getting my heart right. The music in my ears wasn't even on my playlist. I had these like earbuds. Actually, there were these. They're Bose earphones. This is like I didn't like AirPods, so I had these like Bose um these goofy looking uh earbuds. Look how goofy they are. They're huge. But they were the best because Bose is pretty cool. And I have a picture of me talking. I have videos of me talking. I was telling Stu, "Hey man, like I'm dying. I just got revered, but I'm a fighter. I'm a freaking fight. I'm a soccer player. I have lungs for days. Although I'm fat and overweight, I still have my lungs, or at least I thought I did." And guys, it was equivalent of running a marathon every day. That's how hard you're breathing. Like you would wake up to use a bathroom, to get up to use a bathroom. I am so out of shape and out of breath that I felt like I ran 5 miles in 25 minutes. If that's humanly possible. It was bad, guys. It was real bad. Anyways, the reason why I say that is because this week, 4 years ago, I wasn't supposed to be here. And God told me to fix it. Fix your marriage, fix your business. I saw the white blanket come across my chest. And this is how I know God is so real. Is when I was listening to this music, I was listening like Hillsong or just Bethel, some worship music, getting my heart right. There was a pause. There was a pause in my headphones, and this music came on. It was just like this quiet, spa, electronic, high quality, attractive music that literally stopped you in your tracks. It had this frequency that could stop anybody. And it was a majestic frequency that people say when they die and they're going to heaven, they see these colors. Well, I didn't see color. Well, I did see colors, but I saw like white, like this new version of white. I've never seen it so attractive. But what I heard was just as beautiful as what I saw. And what heard was this like angelic, electronic, high quality surround sound music that the frequency was so beautiful, it hit my dopamine, a dopamine that even Ritalin couldn't even hit. There was just this like amazing pleasure in just the music alone. And what it was is it was the angels clearing the airways because God was about to speak. It was so powerful. His voice is so majestic that they need to clean the air out with angelic, God approved compliance to clear the airway because he was about to speak. It was at that time I saw a white blanket. This blanket was so white, it didn't hurt your eyes unless I looked at above this blanket. I was coming down. That's what hurt my eyes. I couldn't see it. But this white blanket came down and it was comforting like grandma's crocheted blanket. It was so comforting, like this white blanket. You know, your mom's little binky blanket that she gave you when you were a baby? It was that warm of a blanket. A white blanket came across my chest. And on that blanket had this red blood border all over it. It wasn't, it was like a quilt, beautiful, see through, like blanket. It was so bright and white, had no smell. Everything was like spiritual. And this white blanket came across my chest. That blanket had a red border. It resembled his blood. It resembled his blood. When I heard that music, soon after that, I heard the words, I am with you. I'm with you. At this time, I was getting sued 28 times, legal demands because of Bitcoin scam that I unwillingly was involved in. They started blaming me, my fault. Call me a crypto scam artist. Marriage was on the rocks. Financially, I thought I was distraught. My business was dying because of this. And now my health is dying. Something that I didn't understand because I was a Division I athlete. It was all was taken from me. And I couldn't even see my wife and kids. Couldn't even hug my mom, who's in North Carolina. I heard those words. I'm with you. I'm with you. When I tell you that I never, ever felt so strong in my life, so happy. When you speak life into your son and you give him that positive reinforcement that is aligned with his gifts, it does something to them. And our Heavenly Father wants to speak life into you. He wants you just to love him. That's all it is. The world makes it totally, totally against it. And it's that simple. We can fight about the Jews. We can fight about stupidity of Trump and what he's doing. It doesn't matter, guys. All that stuff goes away. It is honestly about your heart and the cross. What does this have to do with interest rates? It has a lot to do with interest rates. Because in this testimony, he said, go fix it. When Jesus told me, or God told me that, go fix it, the second line he told me was, I am with you. I am with you. That's all I heard. And so this voice was such a powerful, majestic, masculine voice that literally stopped the whole world. I was passed out. I was afraid to sleep. The nurse comes in, says, Mr. Cortez, your oxygen is a whole lot better. You had a good nap, didn't you? I said, nap? What are you talking about? Guys, I was sleeping for 6 hours. I thought it was like 12 seconds, this whole thing. It was so quick. All this happened so fast. And I passed out for 6 hours. When I woke up, my oxygen was at 90 liters of warm, high pressured. I was on a COPD machine. Is what they give COPD patients before they ventilate them. And I was at 90. At 100, 110, they ventilate you. So I was just 10% there. And they would have just knocked me out and ventilated me. And you guys know the statistic there. I was resdemivired, 17% survival rate. So I knew I couldn't do that. So my oxygen got better as soon as I saw that experience with God. And I say that because we don't need to go there in order to have transformation. Me, stubborn, I had to go there. And why I bring this up on interest rates is because I need to get my people ready. I need to go fix it. That's what I'm called to do. And so for many of you, your retirement is everything that you have. It is your gift that you have for your family. It is your gift that your whole legacy that shows up in a form of financial well-being to your family. It is a survival mode that literally directs the trajectory of your family, where they go to school, where they live, who they associate with, how people view them. It's all money based. And so if you have your money in the stock market and you're retired and you're trying to live off income, how the heck can you do that when you don't even know what your social security is? When you don't even know where your money's at? How the heck do you do that? Well, it's time to find an advisor that agrees with you spiritually, that agrees with you academically, politically, medically, socially, financially. And that is not just a gold salesman or a precious metal salesman. And so this is why we've been so successful. I've been speaking on against Wall Street my whole career, even when I was in a Wall Street based firm. Still have my licenses. I gave up my stockbroker's license back in 2019? No, I'm sorry. Back in 2022. I don't need it anymore. I make money 1% when I manage client accounts. If you want to trade stocks and have stock market money with downside proactive protection. And I also make my 1% from insurance companies should you decide to buy green money to guarantee your assets. Call it a boring account, call it the safe money account. Regardless, what I want to introduce today is something very powerful. The interest rates are coming down. There are companies out there that are literally giving you the farm. And I'm not here to pitch a product. I'm not here to say you got to do this. What I want to say is that there's companies out there, and I'm not here to represent one company. I have all the companies blurred out. But right now, if you have, let's just say $100,000, doesn't matter if you have $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, this company will take up to $10 million. I just got to call, ask permission. But you could start as low as 20,000 and you can add to it. But this is what interest rates are doing. They're going to get lowered. What's going to happen is the stock market will be more volatile like it is today. The job report came out, market's down. I was up on my trades today and I lost all my profits, my weekly day trades, and that's okay. That's red money. I know red money. This is green money, guys. So right now, if you don't know what to do with your money and you want to set it aside for retirement, maybe you're in your 40s, maybe you're in your 50s, maybe you're in your 60s and you want to wait till 70, all good. You just need a good 10, 15 years of deferral. Right now, you could get a 29% bonus with an A-rated carrier for a 0.95 annual fee. Your principal is guaranteed. All the interest that you make in this index, which would be a transition index, it goes from QQQ to NASDAQ, all the stuff that you're in already, to treasuries to commodities. So if inflation goes up, they're going to make money in commodities. If AI takes off, they're going to make money in the QQQs with the Magnificent Seven. If S&P 500 takes off, which averages over 13% a year anyway for the past 45 years, they can allocate to that. It is a 60-40 blend that they trade every single day. Pretty impeccable. The insurance company only makes 0.95. Your money is guaranteed, not by a financial institution, but backed by A-rated carrier that has dollar for dollar in reserves. You're not in the bank where they scam you of a FDIC garbage, that you actually own your money here. Is based on insurance contract law. So right now, we have the ability, straight guaranteed, to make 29% on your money. No BS, guys. This is what the insurance companies are offering right now, right before they start reducing rates. It's pretty powerful. Like I can't beat this. This is insane. 29%. So if you look at this report, The most recent is done. Should you done this 10 years ago, you got an 8.65 rate of return. Your 100 grand is now worth $201,000 outside of net of fees. So you paid your 1%. So 100 grand is not a guarantee, but a non-guaranteed. So basically based on the historicals, it's a double in 10 years. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, there's no returns, but realistic scenario. Now, highest scenario, meaning this will happen maybe 10 to 15% of the time, but could happen should we get a run in the markets. 100 grand is now worth 311. Worst case scenario, your 100 grand is probably at 7.68, 185, 184, somewhere around there. Pretty amazing, guys. But this is going to be good for someone that took a loss last year. Maybe you're in the bond market and you were down 25% because interest rates went up. This would be a great tool. If you're comfortable paying a 0.95 fee and only having access to 10% a year, you can get a 29% bonus. Pretty amazing. I can't say the insurance company's name, but this is a great product for someone that wants to grow their assets, that has 10, 15 years to go. And it is an insurance contract. So the downside is you only have access to 10%. But every single year, up to 3 years, you can add to it. And you will get 29% on your money, guaranteed, overnight. You just got to be comfortable with having access to 10% of your accumulated value. And the monies that you do add is also only accessible 10% a year without penalty. But you get a contract saying my principal is guaranteed. It's not in the stock market. It is green money. I have insurance contract law. This is an A-rated carrier that's going to back it up forever. And they've been around since before the Great Depression. Like, this is the company. This is the financial institution you should partner with, because they've seen everything since and before the Great Depression. That's where I want my money at. Screw this CBDC. Screw this like crazy interest rate environment we're in. We can make money on the yellow and the red money side. But today I wanted to talk about when God told me 4 years ago to go fix it. This is me fixing it. This is me telling you that your Wall Street based advisor is not going to promote something like this because their banks don't get paid. Very similar to a holistic advisor, a holistic doctor. They don't get paid by Big Pharma. So they're going to just tell you exactly what the natural remedy is, versus a doctor that's probably woke in the Big Pharma system. They get kickbacks from the pharmaceutical industry. It's called walk-in fees legally. They don't care about if it's going to help the client. It's going to help the shareholders. There's no shareholders when you're dealing with natural homeopathic results. There's no shareholders when you're dealing with green money. We don't deal with public traded companies. You are the policy owner. You are the shareholder. You, the client. You are the best interest. And so it's time to align yourself with carriers that think the same. Also, what I love about this particular company is they're employee owned. So they're not going to get sold out to China or Ukraine or Israel, because they would need every single person in this insurance carrier permission to sell their assets. So you want employee owned companies. So when you call them, you're not speaking to Peter in India with he thinks his name is Peter, but it's like Ram Karanchanandi, blah, blah, blah. And oh, my name is Peter. No, it's not freaking Peter. Let me speak to American. You shouldn't have to say, let me speak to American when you're calling your financial institution. We don't tolerate that crap here. Nothing against Indian people, nothing against foreigners, but my clients, we want American money. You may speak to a Valley girl. You may speak to a Southern, a Yankee, but daggone sure, they're going to be American. And that's what we want. We want America first with God's blessing. And so I like companies that didn't vaccinate their employees, that didn't face diaper their employees, that understands my message and that aligns themselves with it. So I can't say who this company is, but I can say that they are offering a 29% bonus overnight. If you got $1 million, that's $290,000 guaranteed in your account value. The only catch is you got to have access. You can only have access to 10% after the 12th month, and you can start withdrawing. This is money, long-term money that you can have access to, and is great for someone that wants to secure their retirement and grow it. It's great for someone that's young that has a bunch of money and wants to grow it. It's great for the elderly person that wants to send money to their grandkids in a legal way without the expensive loopholes of building a trust and dealing with attorneys. There's so many ways you can do it. You can use this for income. You could pull 5% out and let your money make these returns 8, 13, 7% while you're pulling 5% out. You never run out of money. You could use it for income. You could use it for wealth building. You can put it as generational. You can use it for your 401k. You can use it from the money in the bank. If you got money in the bank, you don't have money in the bank. The bank has your money in their bank. You don't even have rights to your money. If you have a bank account, they have the legal rights to take your money at any notion of insolvency. There's something called a bank bail-in. So when you sign up a CD, when you have a CD, you certified deposit your money into their hands, entrusted them, and they actually entrusted you to use your money so that they could use it for the bank's benefit if they ever get insolvent. That's what a CD is. You're certifying your deposit. Deposit is a key word because when you deposit, you've actually relinquished your rights to that money. The only benefit you have is you have withdrawal benefits. And so this is where the big banks don't have solvency, too big to fail. That's why people go to big banks, because they're less likely to go belly up and take your money as a deposit or creditor. You become a creditor and they're the depositor. This is the legal jargon in order to have an FDIC stamp. So yeah, it is. It's very, very important. So when you have insurance contract law, they got to have dollar for dollar. My clients want dollar for dollar outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. They want a fixed dollar for dollar with an A-rated carrier that had been around before the Great Depression. They've seen it all. If that's you, give me a call. 813-448-3446. We have 2 advisors, myself and Josh. We can make sure and formulate if this is a right fit for you. It's not a right fit for everybody. You got to understand the agreements. But I really believe that your retirement should have a safe place that you could grow your asset, that you could get a massive bonus. Take advantage of the interest rates that are high right now before they come down. They're coming down. They're coming down. And the way we see it is these insurance carriers, they start to drop their bonuses and their rates, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty. So take advantage now. If you're on the fence, to give us a call. Maybe you had a few million in the bank. Well, guess what? You are losing out on $300,000 to $500,000, depending how much money you have. You're missing out on 29%. It's that simple. Like, you really want to hang on to your CD making 2%? Oh, my CD's due in the end of October. I'm like, well, I guess you don't like 29%. We just blew your CD out. Like, how long would it take a CD to make that much money? 7 years? If that bank's still around, when you can get it instantly and grow your asset while that 7 years is bumping, you could have made literally on the most recent scenario, 1%, 25%, and a 54% in less than 7 years. So that would have been about 76% return plus a 29% upfront bonus. So 100% inside of 7 years. Not my math, guys. This is the projection. So, but what is guaranteed by the strength of the insurance company? 29%. That's the offer on the street. If you're interested, you can go to greenmoneysolutions.com, book your appointment. I have to update the website, or you can just call us, cortezwm.com. 813-448-3446. Just say, hey, I want that 29% bonus. Can I have an appointment with one of your advisors or Cortez himself? And we will have a conversation with you. We'll make sure it's a right fit. And if so, God bless you. You just made a boatload of money, and they're offering it with terms, but it's out there, guys. And it's improved. It's approved in pretty much all the states except for New York. So give us a call. We want to help you. Also, there's a lot of things that you need to know about Social Security. We're going to be talking about more about Social Security and some other green money stuff as interest rates do go down. I didn't get a chance to talk about charts and stuff, but there's some really cool things. I'm also going to be rolling out some stock picks that are not investment advice. I'm going to talk about them because I like weekly option trading. That's what I've been doing on my slow time, on my quiet time, is weekly option trading. We've been very profitable with it. I'm also going to be, I'm in testing right now, so I don't want to talk about it. There is a business, a passive business that I want to bring to the table for clients looking for income that doesn't require any hand lifting. But I'm using my own money. I'm using my own due diligence before I roll it out. But pay attention to that. All you got to do is like and subscribe on Rumble, Scriptures in Wall Street. Help me out. I only have 400 or 500 followers there. I don't know why it's taking forever, but it does. I'm never quitting. I'm always here. We want to welcome our new listeners on Patriot TV. God bless you guys. We've been doing this for a long time. I host this show twice a week, and you can follow us on rumble.com. Just go to Scriptures in Wall Street, and you can sign up there, like and subscribe. I think my Rumble channel is at like $25. I think I made $25 in like 3 years. It's terrible. But I do this because I don't do it for the money. I do it because I want to be an impact to you. That's how I get paid. I want to be able to transform your situation, stay retired, get you to retirement, stay, and have a biblical mindset doing it. So if that's you, give us a call. We want to work with you. God bless you. 813-448-3446, or you can email me, info@cortezwm.com. Don't forget to get your awesome peptides at getmeleanusa.com. Pretty awesome stuff. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm down. I'm the lightest I've ever been. Thank God I'm down 72 pounds. Yep. I'm sorry. No, 71 pounds. So yeah, I'm down 71 pounds from 3 years ago just by walking and eating protein. And helping out with some great natural peptides, not the GLP-1s that you stick your buttocks with and you lose muscle mass. So go to getmeleanusa.com, get you the fit, get you the lean, and to get good night rest, calm. You can cancel anytime. It's monthly subscription. You can cancel anytime, but the stuff is awesome. Also, I'm going to be bringing my buddy Tim, because if you're interested in getting the best water, AmericaFirstWater.com. You can go there, AmericaFirstWater.com. Tim is my business partner there. I'm telling you, this machine is amazing. I make sweet tea. I make tea with not even boiling. The water is so alkaline. It's not fake alkaline that you buy in a plastic bottle. It's actually real alkaline water that is literally processed through electrolysis through 8 different platinum plates. And it does an amazing technology. It's a medical device in Japan that we're bringing here in America. And this is why these people live so long, because their water is actually clear from the satanic cooling of what the government wants to do and killing us through our own water. It's time to take your water back. Get you an AmericaFirstWater.com machine. You can find a medicinal machine is what I call them. And they're amazing. They're not cheap. They're anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. But all the money that you spend on smart water and all this fluorinated water and the disgusting pH, the alkalinity is yellow, you're killing yourself, and you're spending a lot of money for convenience when you can have literally this on tap in your home. Any plumber can install it. It's amazing. It's portable. They have portable ones. They have permanent ones. They have under the sink ones. So much stuff out there. And the best turkeys are with the brine that I use on this. It's amazing. My favorite thing is that there's also a feature where you have bleach water. You can get acidic water where it's so acidic that you can have you can have that water clean and distill anything. It'll even kill COVID. So there's that option in those machines, as well as pure alkaline water to 12.5 pH. Literally will purify your body. It penetrates and hydrates your brain in less than 2 minutes when you drink one glass. One glass is equivalent to, like, I don't know how many berries, but it is a lot. So I'm going to have him talk about it. This stuff is life-changing. My mom's on it, and she got rid of her arthritis. Diabetics are finally getting the blood flow they need and their blood sugar regulated so much. I've been using mine for 7 years, and it's been amazing. Anyways, God bless you guys. Go to AmericanFirstWater.com if you would like a machine. They're not cheap, but it's worth your help. God bless you guys. I'm out of here, and have a good weekend.